What's up, Siobhan and Allie? Welcome. So you get the double W's. We are going to just show you real fast a heads up for this class. You're going to be doing a side twister, okay? I want you guys to see how to do that. Allie's demoing before we get into the class, just so you see what's up here. It's basically a mixture of a bear and a side plank. Your body's in a side plank. Your knees come in as a bear. If you want to, you can take the knee down, just do a side plank. You can do a side plank variation where you reach underneath and bring the knees in. Whatever feels right for you. Thank you, Allie. So everybody knows what's up. You guys know what to do here. In this class, we have the handles on both sides if you have it. If not, we'll work through it. We're not going to use handles. We're going to be doing a bunch of different things. Legs on both sides of the machine. And a bunch of obliques, and we'll be using both sides of the machine for that too. Hope you have fun with us during the whole class, the beginning and the end. Gonna cue my little cutie over there, Darvin. We'll get the animation going, and boom, we are on track. Here it is. Your first move is wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow at the back. Maybe your favorite wheelbarrow, hopefully your favorite one. I love wheelbarrows so much, but this is the long wheelbarrow, okay? Take your time. Breathe and slow it down, okay? So we got the nice mood music, okay? Sometimes when I teach my class, I see everybody moving really slowly, and I go jerk the playlist off, you know? Slow it down with your tempo. Or if you have a fast tempo, we're gonna slow it down for a half time instead of a double time, right? So you know how sometimes the music's fast. So breathe here, take your time. You have a double extra long wheelbarrow. But guess what? The intro is not that long. It's only a couple moves, and they'll be going into legs. So stay here, okay? You're gonna actually go out of your specific core, and you're going to go into your abs, which I hope you like. Your next move is going to be a kneeling crunch. It's technically a giant reverse kneeling crunch. You're at the back. It's a kneeling ab crunch. And then after that, you're going to go into a super crunch, because we got to make our crunch super, right? Super duper. We want to make everything super in life. Maybe, I don't know, sometimes you got to supersize the fries. Take your time. Breathe. Now you're going to have a super breath, okay? Slowly coming back, and the super laughter. That's it, and the super vibes, okay? Last 10 seconds. You're going to do a crunch. I know you want to feel that. So if you want, you can add another white, add a black. Make it feel good for you. Make it feel heavy, because you're not here forever, and then you can take it off for your super crunch, because you can write it back, okay? All right, transitioning here. Elbows are going to come down to the platform. Knees are coming back. And then you're rounding here. Take the gaze to the knees. Very nice. And then stretching it out, lengthening it back out. The gaze can go down, slow and controlled. Nice job, Allie. Exhaling, slowly looking at the knees, slowly looking at the quads. Good. Okay, so you have time here. You have time to perfect this move. You have time to get it right, and you have time to get it slow, okay? All right. Yeah, no distractions. What you have to do right now is breathe. Let your breath start to sync with your movement if you can. So on the exhale, you're looking at the knees. All right, so you know what's coming up next. I already told you, I gave you that heads up. Reverse super crunch. You don't want to go too heavy on that, because you want to protect the hip flexor, so we keep it a little bit lighter. But if you're feeling strong and you feel like that's right for you, then keep it heavy. Perfect. Okay, take your time. We have a little more time here, a little more effort. And then, so since we have more time here, let's add a pause at the top, or a pause halfway, right where you feel a challenge. There you go. And then can you just pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7. Yep, do it for yourself. Do it for your body. Do it for your sex life. You know, makes a difference there. I know we're in the valley. We're in the porn capital. And then this is going to make all those girls, guys around here, We're going to get him in here on the machine. We'll get him talking about it. Okay, you have 10 seconds. You're going to take your bum to where your knees are. You're going to kick your feet forward. Try to get in that position quickly. If you want to take, instead of a reverse, and you want to sit on your platform, that's fine. But take your time transitioning now, okay? Now, with your knees in, grab it somewhere so that you can take your feet forward. If you don't have a strap on this side of the machine, hook your heels if you have tennis shoes between the cushion and the ring of fire. Yep. Hands can cross. They can be at the ears. They can be at the waist. They can be reaching up. Always Fit Buddha. I see you guys reaching up. Beautiful. And then you take your time here, slowly coming back. And then slowly coming up, and your knees are going to bend. All right, you're not in this one for 2 minutes because I know you're a little bit burnt out. You're a little bit fatigued on the abs. So you're going to be coming into your legs. Once you get off of this carriage, you're going to switch to a red or add a red for your spider lunge on the right where you're over here, okay? All right. You have a few more seconds here. Can you pause in that challenge spot? Can you pulse it for 5? Pulse for 4. Pulse for 3. Let's just switch it up in 2 and 1. Okay, switch. Here we go. Switching. Itching to go switching. Itching to go switching. So unless we buy some scratchers, then we're itching to scratch. All right. Spider kicks for the right. So the left foot hooks. You're going to get low in the hip. Yeah, nice. Now your action is not your hips going up and down. That right hip stays low. Your action, your Nike Just Do It word, is the left knee bending and the left knee going towards straight. It doesn't straighten all the way. And don't get scared of the tarantula on the screen, guys. If you're scared of spiders, don't look at it. You should be more scared of the move. You should be more scared of what's coming up next. Your right leg, oh yeah, it's gonna be feeling real good real soon. All right, take your time. I'm not making you do any kind of pulsing anything here, okay? Your next move is your side kick. You know where you're going? You're just stepping your foot over to the front of the machine. Turn your body 90 degrees to the left in 4. Here it is in 3, 2, 1. All right. Side kick. Get there. Hook your right inside of your foot on the edge of the ring of fire if you can. Get low in the hips. And then I just hang out with my girl over here. Left knee bends. We just jam. Okay, so the next move, skating. Nice, easy transition. Your right foot's going to hop up onto that platform. You're facing the same direction, okay? So you're in your last half minute of this move. And you're almost even finished with the right leg. So don't worry. Okay? Allie, beautiful. Nice, slow and controlled. The left knee slowly bends. So it's a side kick, you know, and I feel like it feels a little bit like a spider kick because you're really getting low with the hips and you're kicking out to the side. So squeeze the outside of that leg. All right, transitioning to skater in 3, 2, 1. That's perfect time with the music. Love it. You're customizing over there. Can you read my mind? Nice. All right, so for the beginning of your skater, left leg is straightening, standard skater, and then you're going to do a skating reverse after this. Okay, so you have 2 minutes in your skater. I know you can do it for 2 minutes. The worst comes to worst is that you end up standing up straight and straightening the legs, right? So just if you do that, why don't you add a couple little squats in, right? If you take a break, get yourself right back into it. Get yourself right back into it, okay? 30 seconds, and we're going to switch it up. Here we go. Nice. Breathe, Allie. How are you feeling? Good? A little bit of more time left here. Breathe with me, you guys. So you know what's happening. Your foot placement's going to stay the same, but you're going to take your weight to your left foot. There's no transition, so right here in 1, here we go. Watch this transition, okay? Allie's demoing. Look at how her right leg is straightening, okay? Her weight's going to the left foot. Or if you don't see us in a reversal, what's happening is the leg now on the carriage is the one that she's staying low on, and then the leg connected to the platform is the one that is pushing, okay? So that would be in your description here, specifically if you go and read that, what Sebastian wrote this as is now in the reverse. It's reversed. It's for the right leg. Your right leg is the one straightening. Your right leg is the one pushing you out. So that's how you can feel this. That's kind of like your visualization that you get. You're going to come into your back lunge next. You're going to switch from that red. Either take it off if you have a red and a black, or switch to a black, or if you need to, switch to a white. You have your last 10 seconds here. This is your ultra last few seconds in your skating for your right leg, okay? Which is kind of both legs anyways. Back lunge is coming up in 2 and 1. Let's go. So here's your transition timing, okay? Take your time to transition. Come into back lunge. So why don't you take your foot on the floor if you want. The foot can be on that platform too. Either way. Breathe in here. Sorry, I'm getting a Sorry guys, I had a little tickle in my throat. I'm back. Take your time coming down, and especially take your time coming up. Breathe. We're going to add a carriage kick into this. Now, if you don't have your handles, that's fine. If you have your pole, awesome. If you don't have your pole, awesome. You can take your hands to prayer. You can take your hands to the hips. You can take your hands to a piece of furniture in your house. Take your hands down to the sides. Go ahead and carriage kick it. You're in your carriage kicks. Good. Yes, so now you have that 90-90. Okay, I'm as close as I'm probably going to ever get to gold today in my copper outfit. So here's your double gold, that 90 degree golden angle, okay? It's a copper angle today, but I mean, I'm malleable, right? Breathe. Few more seconds here. Guess what's happening? You get a floor lunge. You're welcome. I know. That's the last leg move for the right. You're going to stay on your black. You're just going to walk forward, walk around to the side, come back to the front of your machine. Left toes are going to be on the carriage. So it's very similar to where you're at, except for instead of staying low and like you're really prepping for a running marathon, here we go, transitioning now. This out of your way. On the right side, right foot down, left toes are on the carriage. And you're in it. Here's your clock. Good. Now I want you to push down through the right foot, okay? So your floor lunge is last. This is a moment for you to feel really grounded and really rooted through your right foot, okay? Regardless of any chaos that's going on in your life, any stability work you're doing on the machine, right now you get to just feel real solid through that right foot, and guess what? Then you can dig through that heel. And then if you want, when you stand up, lift your heel, right? Take it a little bit deeper. Take it a little bit higher when you come up. Take it a little bit deeper when you come low. You have a few more seconds. This is going to be a real fun oblique variety pack for you. Hope you love it. There's going to be arms in there. We're going to mix it up today. I hope you've never done this sequence before. I think it's just came out of my brain. That's the fun thing about riding a class. All right, so twister for the left foot over right where you're at. If you don't have handles, you guys, take your hands down to the floor. Take your hands down to the ring of fire. Just get into a twisted position with your legs so your left foot's over your right. And then from there, wherever you're at, if you want to do a bear, if you want to do anything, your hands are going to be connected down somewhere, right? Even if that's the floor, that's fine. And then from there, with your feet moving, your obliques are working, regardless of what you do. So take your time to breathe. Yeah, and you want to slow it down, okay? So now after this, that's when that new move is coming in, that side twister. So you can kind of prepare yourself to think about what you're gonna do. The left arm, the left elbow is gonna come down to that platform. Your right arm will come to the sky, and your feet are just gonna stay right where they're at. I want you to at least try it with the feet connected instead of the knees. If you absolutely need to, you can take that left knee down. That's a good modification. You have a little more time here. So this is not as hard as French twist, right? Your twister is a nice, slow, controlled movement. It's a good time. Sometimes, you know, even if you've been doing Lagree for a while, it's nice to come back to your twister and try it again. And see if, as you're stronger in your oblique, if you can feel more activated there, right? Yeah. So sometimes if you can slow it down, you can do a move that's not necessarily the most advanced move or the hardest move on the machine, but you can make it work for you. So sometimes just trust your teacher because you don't know what's coming next, right? Take your time here. Breathe. So we get to see a few more seconds. If you haven't pulsed it, you can add in a pulse if you would like to. Just give me a little pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Nice. Pulse for 3. Pulse for 2. And 1. Here we go. So you're going to come into that side twister. Allie, go ahead and get into it to show them again. Left elbow comes down. Here's your transition period. So you can see on your animation. Now, again, a little bit of an easier version of it. Left knee down. Feet can be on the ground, you guys, if you really want no movement there, and just take a side plank. But where you're going is the knees are bending. So that's your action that's happening here. The knees are bending. They come up in front of your hips. Yeah, nice. So your feet come in towards you, and then your feet extend out. Yeah. So if anything, you're pushing down through those feet. You're pushing down through that left arm. You don't want to be cramping up there. You want to push down into it to feel a huge amount of space right there in your neck. All right, final countdown's on. You're going to come into just a kneeling crunch right where you're at with both elbows down, okay? Just stay with me on this side because we're going to probably do it on the other side, I believe. We got more times for more abs and more obliques. Stay with me here. You're going to have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Forearms come down, knees come down onto your carriage. Here's your transition time to get there. Now again, we're gonna slow it down. You can take both knees down if you want. Or it can, it could be a twisted. If you want to stay in that oblique, that's fine. Technically, this is a kneeling crunch, but you're more than welcome, Allie, and anybody at home, you're more than welcome to do it that way if you'd like. But take your time, slow it down. Gaze goes to the knees, yeah. So how does it feel? Because you started this class with this same move, right? It's lighter on this side, and if you can slow it down, you kind of already fired up those muscles. You don't necessarily have to go to the other side and go heavier, and you breathe. All right, so the next move is a little bit different. You're gonna transfer your legs over to the right. You'll take your right hand on your platform, your left hand on your carriage. You have a couple more seconds. We're coming there. Kneeling chest fly for the right. I mean, technically you can go to either side of the machine, but why don't you try to shift over to the right in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. All right, here we go. New move. You're going to... Yeah, if you want it to be more supported, you can add more springs on. You can add another block or whatever you want to do there. But you're going to push the hands apart. And then you come back to neutral. Yeah. How's that feel, okay? That's what I'm thinking, maybe one block. So you're pushing out. And so you might even want to catch your hand here. But maybe just try this one on the one block real fast. Yeah, just try that. Try that. All right, so you're pushing your hands away from you. After this, you're gonna have the same type of placement with your knees and your body, but you're gonna be doing a push-up instead, okay? Now, specifically, the push-up is where you might wanna go heavier, and that's gonna be more supportive and safer. It's gonna really protect the shoulders and the elbows, so I will recommend that if you can. It's a quick transition because you're right there by your spring, so you can just easily add one up. Okay, here we go. In 2 and 1. Add in your push-ups. Okay. Here it is. Slowly coming down and slowly coming up. Now there's the options if you want to tuck the toes and lift the knees. If you feel super strong and you have a good push-up, be my guest. Take your time. Breathe. Now there's slow push-ups, right? Or you can also do little tiny pulse, maybe at the top or the bottom of the push-up. Whatever feels good for you. Take your time. Nice, beautiful. So you can see Allie pushes the carriage out. And then we want to see elbows over the wrist as you lower the chest down. As you push back up. Nice, beautiful. So we want stability in the carriage. You have right here, and we are at 10, 9. We're going to come over to the back side of the machine for your elevated kneeling crunch for the left. Here we go. Transition, 1 black. Make sure you're on 1 black. If you added something on, take it off. And then let's get over there. Left knee's down. Okay. Elbows can be down if you want to, but technically what you're going to see in the animation is it's an elevated, which means you're grabbing it with your hands instead of the elbows being down. So now you're really twisting the oblique. You're squeezing that left oblique and take your time with it. And then you want to make sure the body's not shifting too far forward. You can see Allie's alignment, shoulders over the wrist, nice and beautiful. A little bend in the elbows is awesome. Okay. We don't want to lock out the joints, and you definitely don't want to overextend there. You have a few more seconds. We're going to do a French twist just for a little bit on this side of the machine. So you get that double oblique action. You get a twister and a French twist in the same class, which isn't totally normal, but I hope you love it. You have right here, again, 10-second countdown. I've been doing 10-second countdowns because I really feel like sometimes a 4 is not enough. The 6 is not enough to really go ahead and transition now. Left foot over right, French twist for the left. Let's go. Hands can come up. If you don't have the handles, take like a twisted bear or take a twisted plank to pike or take whatever feels good for you. I'm happy if you're happy, okay? I'm happy if you're happy, Allie. I'm happy anyways. Don't worry about me. I'm good. You're good, Allie. Allie's more than good. Breathe. Good. We're squeezing that oblique. You're going to come into a catfish right where you're at. I like the catfish after this because you don't really have to do much. All you have to do is untwist those feet. A few more seconds. Stay with me while you're here. Breathe. Take your time. Looking amazing. Let's see how your oblique is activated. Wow, yes. Slow it down, everybody. Nice and slow and controlled. Again, 10, 9, 8, 7. So when I play lotto later, it's going to have to be a 10 in there for sure. Catfish in 2 and 1. Untwist the feet. You have a transition time, but now get back into it for your minute, okay? If you want to tuck those toes under the strap, that's fine. If you can get those toes together and not under the strap, that's fine too. It's kind of your preference here, but get the heels up, heels together, knees bent, hips high, and then you're activated. So you want to make sure you have the bend in the knees. Sometimes this is hard for people to really get that feel. Okay, grab all your fingers around your bar, little bend in the elbows. Now you're with me. And use those lower abs. Use those lower abs. So it's a little smaller movement than you might expect. Few inches in, few inches out. We're coming into the left leg after this. So you know what happens after you release your carriage, you'll step forward. We're going to switch to a red or add a red for your spider lunge on the left. You'll be standing on the left side of the machine at the front. So the other side that you're at right now. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. All right, I got you, girl. Ready for your spider lunge? Stand right here. Right foot hooks on that ring of fire on your carriage. Okay. So your low, hip aligned with the front, right knee bending and straightening, really nice and slowly. So you always could take your hands down right here. You can get them on a pole. Whatever feels good for you, you know? Hands at prayer, hands at the hips. You're not staying in this move forever. It's only a 1 minute total. So now you have halfway done. Stay with me. If you were not in it, get into it. Hopefully you didn't take a break before the other side of your leg. No, we don't need to get water yet. Just give me a little bit more time. You're almost finished with the class. I'm just omitting part of that. You have a little bit of time. You know, I don't want to be like Miranda Lambert, white liar, but I could be the queen of omission. You have only a couple more minutes left of the class. You know, I'm just omitting a couple of the minutes. Stay with me, you guys. All right, let's transition side kicks. Come over to the side. Now you're at the front. Your left foot's coming to the inside of your foot to that ring of fire on your platform, and you get low. And just like what you just did, your right leg is bending and straightening, but now it probably feels a little bit different, right? Squeeze the outsides of your booty. And keep it slow, keep it low, keep it slow, keep it low. Breathe. Yes, nice, Ali. That was awesome. So you're kind of flexing and tightening like all these muscles in your body. Yep, and your carriage is coming out. And you know, it's going to move to whatever numbers, depending on how long your leg is. So you don't have to worry about getting it all the way to the platform. You know, we don't want to lock that leg out. Don't lock it out. Keep that time under tension. So when you want to become a Lagree instructor and you go to training, that's one of the things that you'll hear the quote of, time under tension. That's one of the things that if you open up a new studio, you write on the whiteboard for people to think about, time under tension. Okay, here we go. Transitioning into skating. Right now, hop that left foot up on the platform, hop your right foot on your carriage. Left leg is bending, right leg is pushing. Okay. So take your time here. We'll do the reverse after. Okay? So you take time to just get low in the left leg, right? You stay in it. Right leg pushes. Yes, very nice. So like if you had just little sit bones, little flashlights on your sit bones going right out straight out. So Lamborghini. Those are Lamborghini lights. Boom. Shining right out the window. Everybody's like, what are they doing in Lagree? What are those lights? What's happening in HQ? Take your time, breathe. You're gonna switch into your skating reverse, right? Same leg, you're still on the left, don't worry. In 2 and 1, here it is. Weight transfers to the right foot. Left leg now is pushing. And you come over to the right. It's a little more fun, in my opinion, right? You kind of get to take a little bit of a ride. And you might not have been able to really get to an amusement park or a carnival this year. So this might be as much fun as you get. Or this might be as brave as you are. But you're very brave to do Lagree. You're brave to do the mega. You're brave to do the micro. Anything that feels good for you. And take your time. All right. You know, you're brave to get on the trampoline. Make sure you do those inner thighs. Don't have to be as brave at that point, right? You want to take a jump. Want to have fun. You want to be a big kid, right? Let your inner big kid come out while you're skating. Maybe you want to get some rollerblades. I got some Skating Plus in Ventura. I got some turquoise suede rollerblades. All right, and here we go. We're going to back lunge, okay? Drop your red or switch to a black, okay? Depending on where you were at. If you were on a black and a red or if you were just on a black. Total, now you're doing 1 black. You could also do 1 white if you want, if your machine is equipped with a white. Spring loads, you know? Everything is customizable. So if you want to get a white, feel free to get a white. You can swap it out. Now in your back lunge, the main thing you're focusing on is slowing it down as you go down. And then it's going to be slowing it down as you come up as well. So as of right now, you have your under 30 seconds here. Just your standard full range of motion in your back lunge. Yeah. Coming up towards standing. So this is your pulling side right here, right? Your carriage, you're pulling those strings. As you stand up, your carriage is coming towards you. Lengthening those springs, right? Thinning them out. So it wants to pull you back. And you're also on the back side of the machine. And you also have the back of your foot on the back of the on your platform. So we got back, back, back. Baby got back, right? Baby got back for sure. Allie, baby got back. Ellie's got back in a good way. I mean, obviously, I never mean any offense. She's the cutest. At least, you know, at least I can trust you to not ever get offended by me, so I can be fun and be myself. All right. Are you guys carriage kicking? I want you carriage kicking. Take the hands down. Right knee comes in. There we go. Next thing you're going to be doing floor lunge for the left. So you're going to walk forward, come around to the side. Left foot will be on the ground. Right foot will be on the carriage. You have a couple more seconds here. Transition. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it. Yep, just let it go back. Coming around to the side. Left foot's on the side. Now you're lunging, okay? So you get the simultaneous strengthening and stretching. Left foot is solid and grounded. I know you have some fatigue in your legs now. Good. So you're doing your floor lunge last. You don't really have to try as hard because you don't have stabilizing in both. The ground is like always supporting us, right? The ground it's there. It's the gravitational force is helping you here. And it's like the Earth's unconditional towards us, right? It never just goes like, oh, nope, not going to support you anymore. No, it's there. It supports you. So all you have to do is breathe. You can feel that grounding and that rootedness. If you're doing this video while it's a full moon, let yourself take a moment to slow down, to get low to the earth. It's always a good thing to do. After this class, do your stretches with your knee down, because just let yourself just slow down for a second during any crazy time in your life. You have a couple more seconds here. You're going into the right oblique. You're going into twister. Here we go. We're transitioning now. Your hands are going to come down to the handles. If you don't have them, remember, ring of fire. Right foot's over left. Heels are down. Right side of your right foot's connected. Breathe. Okay. So now we got to just finish out what we done the other side, and you're finished with your class. So it goes more quickly, right? When you try something new, when you get to do a little bit of experimental work, and hopefully you like it. We'll be adding some more moves soon to where it'll switch up the classes even more. So it's always nice to get something fresh, something fun, funky fresh. You're under 30 seconds. Take your time, okay? So we have that special side twister where the right arm's gonna come down because now you're on your right oblique, okay? You know, you can remember right oblique is right foot over left. Left oblique is left foot over right. But that's where you're squeezing, that right oblique. Okay, transition in 2 and 1. Here we go. You got a couple seconds to get there. If you need to, absolutely, knee can be down. Feet can be on the ground. Find the regular side plank. Find any kind of side plank that you want. But your right elbow's down, left arm's coming up. Also, if you're ever doing a side plank and you want to take your hand to the bar in front of you for a little more support, or if you're in a mega former, you can do that too. From here, you have a little bit of time. Knees are bending, and legs are straightening. Nice, Allie, beautiful. Don't let the hips drop down too much. Don't let your shoulder just crunch up right there. Push down into the right elbow. Find some lengthening there. Okay. So the most natural is your gaze just goes straight out in front of you. And then from here, you're going to do that kneeling crunch on this side of the machine again. One more time, okay? So here we go. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Rotate. Square the hips and the shoulders to the earth. Knees are coming down onto the carriage. Elbows on the platform, on your front platform. Yes. If you took a ride to the back, more power to you. Girl or guy, love it. Perfect. But you're breathing and you're slowing it down and you're controlling it. From here, you're going to hop your feet over to the other side of the machine. Okay? We want to find the kneeling chest fly. It's a little more fun using the carriage, right? You can always find a chest fly at the gym. You can find a lot of moves at the gym. Try to make everything as fun as possible that we can do. Try to enjoy life, right? Try to find happiness. Try to find happiness right now in your kneeling crunch. Because you're going to find happiness in how cute you look in your outfit later. Breathe. You are really at the end of this move. Here it is. Last 10. Okay. Get ready. Right hand's going to be on the carriage. Left hand's going to be on the platform. In 2 and 1. All right. Kick your legs over to the left. If you need to, you can put some cushioning. You can get your Lagree pads. You can get your yoga mat. Whatever you need to do to get something under your knees to feel comfortable there. Don't just give up on this move. Okay? You're pushing out both of your arms. Pull the belly into the spine as you move. Very nice. After this, you're going to be doing some push-ups. If you want, you can tuck the toes and lift the knees. If you can. If you can't, why don't you try it once? Why don't you try hopping up into a plank, right? And maybe you just do a little 1 inch, and that's your progression. So you want to see progression. You want to see strength building. That's what we want to see for you. That's why we're doing this. This is for everybody to feel happier and to feel better. Health is key, right? Major key. Push-ups are major key to health. Okay? So here we go. We're going to add in those push-ups. If you want, add on another black, add on another white. Make it a little more supportive of transitioning now. So you're pretty much where you're at, but you can just do that little add-on. And then from there, you're lowering slowly down and then pushing slowly up. Okay? Now take your time. Do it as slowly as possible here. Very nice job. Allie's doing an amazing job. So you can notice she's not dropping the hips way down to the earth. She's not just releasing there. And also her booty's not way up to the sky. But if you need to do that for right now, that's fine. It's where you're at today. And then the next time you take this class, come and take this class and revisit it again. And notice how much stronger you feel in your push-ups, right? So it's just that little bit, doing something a little bit regularly, right? Or irregularly and coming back to it and doing a different class in between. How do you feel when you get back to it? Okay, we're going to go into kneeling side crunch for the right. If you added on, come back to that 1 black. Or if you want to go super heavy and you're kneeling ab crunch, that's amazing. And I want you to do whatever you want to do, as long as it's safe. Okay. Practicing safety. I know what comes to mind for you. Transition, please. Elevated, kneeling, side crunch, right oblique. So here you go. You're in it. So you're taking a little ride to the back because you remember what comes next at the back. French twist. So I give you all the same moves as the other side. You're in the very final stretch of the class. You guys, only a couple minutes left. This time, I'm not omitting any minutes. Literally a couple minutes left, okay? Legitimately this time. Take your time, breathe. I know you're feeling this. I know this oblique is tired. I know this oblique is working. This is the oblique specialty right here, okay? This is the oblique buffet. This is the oblique mixtape. Everything we can get in. French twist, let's go. Transitioning. Timing is happening right now. Okay, you're on your right side, right foot over left. Okay, here we go. Now slow it down. So again, we want to see that fast transition into that slow movement. And now it's a really, really, really slow, controlled movement. You have your very last move next, you guys. Catfish. Oh, this is great. That was a really that was a really great one. Darvin. I'm like right here. Take your time, breathe. Love it, you guys. You don't see what's happening, but my head was like right here. Awesome. I'm glad we're getting closer, Allie, so we don't have it too close for comfort at this point. Take your time. Your catfish is your last move. Okay? This is just, I just have to have this dynamic with people that I work with as far as Lagree goes. Like, if you're in my class, like, you just immediately are comfortable with me. Hopefully. If not, it might take like 10 seconds. You got a 10-second transition, you're in your catfish. Little bend in the elbows. Guess what? Oh my gosh, if you don't feel this freaking catfish right now, if you're one of those people that says like, I don't feel the catfish, I don't feel the catfish. If you don't feel it right now after doing the abs and the obliques today in this class, you need to bend your knees more. You need to get your heels higher. You need to squeeze your legs. You need to squeeze your glutes. You need to squeeze your abs. You need to slow it down. You need to be bringing that carriage in just with your very big toes, your tippy toes, your ballerina toes, okay? Using the lower abs, and then slow it down more and slow it down more. Yes, so you can feel this. Looking amazing. You're in your last few seconds of the class. Not omitting any seconds. I know, don't call me the queen of omission, Mom. I know. I spent, how much was it? 90. Might have been 190. I just omitted 100. Sometimes, you just save yourself from the hassle of the conversation. And that was it. Very nice job, Allie. Thank you so much for trying the class, you guys. Thanks, Allie. You're the bomb. You're the bomb.